What's going on, everybody? I'm getting ready to get started back on the 4.6. I got the cam gears back, and or I got the cam gears now, so we can go ahead and put the timing and all that stuff together. But the first thing I'm gonna do is show you guys how to do the trick on these tensioners, because whenever you're bouncing off rev limiter and stuff with these, they've got too long of ratcheting, the mechanical ratcheting part. So a lot of people grind the last 3 or 4 teeth off, and that basically makes it to where it won't over adjust mechanically and dig into your dig your chain into your valve guides, and pretty much ruin them, prematurely wear on that. So you pretty much do that so it can relax the last couple teeth. But whenever your car starts back up, you'll still have the hydraulic tensioning portion of it. It just won't be able to ratchet and stay mechanically way too far adjusted. So pretty much go ahead and go. I'm going to switch the camera around so I can show you guys how to take this little keeper out. You pretty much just twist it to the side, but it's easier to show and talk. So basically, I'll show you. From step 1, you pull the grenade pin and it's going to shoot out. Bink. And then you just compress it a little bit. You got to get that plunger lower than the keeper. Twist it to the back and it pulls right out. And then, so basically we're just gonna take the last 1, 2, 3, 4. On this one, it's a little bit different than the stock one. So I might just take 3 off on this one. Let me go find the stock one real quick so I can compare them. So it looked a little bit different just because of the taper on the top, but other than that, they're pretty identical. Well, other than the face, it's got a much bigger keeper. But yeah, pretty much just take the last 3. I'm gonna take 4 off, but some people say take the last 3 or 4 off. So I'm gonna go ahead and grind those guys down. Let's get to it. And with the tensioners secured in the back so they don't get all that grind dust on them, just tuck them over to the side. So once you get these last 4 teeth ground off, you just take your tensioner and make sure that the concave side is pointed towards the block side. Just push it in there, just like that. And then once you get it in there like that, come over here in this hole, lift up on that little release thing, the little release pin, and slide it all the way in there. Once you get it all the way in there, you can put the grenade pin back in, release it. You can also do it in a vise, but that's the easiest way that I found to do it. So once you're done with this, you're pretty much ready to bounce off rev limiter, and you don't have to worry about your guides getting wore out because this tensioner, the manual lock tensioner, is sticking out way too far. Where you ground it off, it will still take up tension from the hydraulic side while the engine is running. So if it needs it, it definitely will use it, but it won't get locked, won't get mechanically locked in place. And so yeah, this makes it pretty much fail safe. So let's go ahead and go throw it on. We got to install the lifters. Dump some of that oil out. Bring them over here. And drop them all in place. And then we can pop our can out. See how to do with one hand. Slide of hand. I gotta clean this up. Got a little bit of dust and stuff on it. I guess that's from whenever I flicked the bag off of it. But yeah, I'm gonna go clean this up real quick. So after you get the cam cleaned up, go ahead and install it. I put the keyway about right there because you don't really want it to be like 180 out. Then we can go ahead and install these. Get some assembly lube. Lab it up right here. Right where all the journals, cam journals, or cam caps rather, sit down on it. And then just grab all these guys. Here, I'll set you on this. Good little video. But yeah, number one is on the back side, on this, on the right side of your engine. Because the head's flipped, it's 180. You can only get the heads on one way because the intake manifold is right in the center. So, but they kind of make these things reversed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on and so forth. And then just loosely install these caps. grab the right hand gear. Need to put the spacer on first. And the right hand cam gear. But if you look right there, it offsets the cam gear just enough. So that's why they do that. And then with this, the nut for the cam, you're gonna want to put Loctite on it. My Loctite lid has locked itself to the bottle. But yeah, just put your little dab right there. And the torque spec on this is 80 foot-pounds. So you don't really want to wait too long before. But you want this dot about 90 degrees to the head, straight up and down. So it's pretty close. So I think I should be able to lock my cam gears down now, or my cam caps. So I'm gonna grab my torque wrench. There we go. So torque spec on these are 10 foot-pounds. I like to go in 2 steps, so I'm gonna do 5 foot-pounds there, just to kind of get them snugged up. £10 Now we get to hold the cam gear. Since on these cams, we've got a little spot right here for a crescent wrench. So we can put that on there. And then I can torque the cam gear down. Just rotate it just a little bit so you can get the crescent wrench on the camshaft holder. And then turn on your torque wrench, and it's now at 85 foot-pounds. Right. 85 foot-pounds is what I accidentally torqued it to. I had the torque wrench set at, no, I had it set at 85, so we're good. For some reason I thought I had it set at 82, but now back on your torque your cam just a hair. Go ahead and pull that bad boy out. And then that's all there is to torquing down the camshaft. Right here is a timing mark. That's supposed to be at 90 degrees. But this also is supposed to be pointing up here. So you don't have everything right on the money. That one's supposed to be at 90 degrees. So I'm gonna get this side torqued down and then get this sprocket on and then start lining up the, well, I also have to get the guides on. So be right back. If you watch my other video, I said to put this bolt in the oil pump and I lied to you because this is the one that the timing guide bolt goes through. I thought it was the other one, but I guess I'm dyslexic, obviously. So go ahead and pull that one out if you're following my instructions on this. And thread that bad boy back in there, torque it down 9 foot-pounds. And then this is the long bolt for the guide. And it goes right there, so. And then you can see how it lines up down there. Hold it with one hand, put that in there. So now that we got that in there, we can go ahead and thread the tiny guide bolt in there. Boop. Maybe you can see a little bit better. Alright, so now go ahead and torque this down. Make sure all of them are torqued down too. Yep. And there's voila. So as I was checking it out, this one only threaded in like 2 or 3 times and then it got tight. So I pulled it back apart and noticed that that bolt only showed 3 threads. So yeah, that's why it tightened up in 3 turns. So you're gonna have to get a 30mm bolt, which I got right here. And it has just enough threads, just like the stock one on the short side. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and install it real quick. And then with them tightened down, just torque them down, just like you would. Gotta switch the, since that one's a 10mm head. You bastard. So all those are tightened down. We can put the crank sprocket on. Some plastic landed in it. Oh, this thing's nice and oily. So, voila. I'm gonna go grab the chains. So now that the crankshaft's at the 6 o'clock position, you can also look at the Woodrow key being at the middle screw. You line it up with the black link on the chain, and then you try to keep the slack on this side as you're putting it on, and then you can rotate it to get it on there. So then you take all the slack out of this side, put it on the link, and then you can put your tensioner guide on there, put your tensioner on, I still haven't torqued it down, but I'm about to show you on this side. It was kind of a hassle, but after you get it pretty much figured out, it's pretty easy. Just take it, get your black links located. Oh no, this one doesn't have black links. Oh, there they are. They're only on one side. So and like I said, make sure it goes on that inside of that stud. And this cam is pretty far off. So grab that crescent wrench. Keep it off of there. Just make sure it didn't fall off. The link down there. You're good there. This one holds pretty good up here. So now you grab the tension gun. Make sure you got to put it on the right way. Squeeze it inwards. Make sure your links are still on there. Let that one relax. Grab this guy, make sure it's clean. Get it in there. Flat and flush. Make sure the grenade pin's out the way. And as you're tightening it, push in on this so it doesn't have any tension, so you don't misalign the port on the tensioner for the oil galley. Just get it snug, and this one should go right in there. And then now that they're nice and snug, and just got to torque these things down, 18 foot-pounds. Thank you, buddy. A little dandelion brought to me. Aw, thank you. Make sure you don't pick all of Grandma's flowers, okay?
We didn't. Dad only picked up 2.
I know. 18 foot-pounds. And then once you do that, you can pull the grenade pins. And after you get the tensioner torqued down and everything locked in place, you can go ahead and rotate it a couple times. Just make sure nothing's binding up, everything's rotating smooth like it should. And then after a couple rotations, the links won't line up, like the discolored links won't line up again, but your dots and everything will. So, coming up on the, once you get that Woodrow key there, that dot's always going to be at true south. So, and that's about the right position. That's the right position. So, you can see everything stayed in time. So after we get it rotated a couple times, your timing and everything's good to go. And with that tensioner trick, you know for certain that whenever you're bouncing off two-step and hitting rev limiter and stuff, your tensioner will not engage further than it needs to. So it won't get stuck there because of the mechanical ratcheting system of it. So she's pretty much ready for some power and some RPMs. But go ahead and hit the like and subscribe if you guys don't mind. And be tuned in for the next video. The next video will be wrapping it up, putting the oil pan on, getting the timing cover and the valve covers put back on too. So be tuned. See you guys.